This song is an arrangement that I've come up with for Mansion on the Hill, which is an old Hank Williams Sr. song. This song lends itself very well to, it's got a beautiful melody, lends itself very well to a harmony part to go along with the melody. And we're going to do this, I've made this version up to basically only play on two strings, strings 5 and 6. And you're either going to have your pedals down or you're going to have your pedals up, your A and B pedals. So both those pedals either be down or they'll be up, and except for one particular part of the song, for one note you'll have just the A pedal down. Other than that, you can follow that rule. And I've kind of come up with this for a beginner to learn how to just play this beautiful melody and not have to worry about a bunch of right hand technique and a bunch of fancy footwork or knee work to go along with it. So I've made a backing track and I'll play along with it. I do want to mention that the backing track, I have put space for an intro, but I'm not going to play that. So I'll just sit until the melody part comes up. Okay, the backing, the song sounds like this. Okay, that's a beautiful melody in my opinion, and just something that feels good to play it, no matter how simple you play it. So if it feels good to play, then you probably ought to do it. That's the way I look at it. So let's learn this. This is in the key of C, so we'll start in the pedals down position on the 3rd fret, and we're going to work our way up to the 8th fret with our pedals up position. I'm going to think about this whole thing in 4 stanzas or 4 lines that you'll play. The first line goes like this. Okay, I'm playing the whole thing with my 1st and 2nd fingers. And I'm picking very little, really. I'm just kind of letting the notes speak for themselves. I'm picking. I'd probably pick 4 times through that whole stanza, okay? And I start with my pedals down position on fret 3. And I basically just do a little run from my C to my C chord. And that run involves being on fret 3 with the pedals down. And then on fret 6 with the pedals up. I wouldn't pick that there, but I'm picking it just because I'm explaining it. And then fret 7 with the pedals up. And then 8 with the pedals up. So again. Okay, and then I would only actually pick that one time, and I would let everything ring and just do my work with my slide. Okay, and then from this position, we're still here, but we're going to go to a G chord, and so we're going to go back down to C, and then we're going to go up to the 6th fret with no pedals. So that C down here has the A and B pedals down. And then we lift up. And this position right here is playing off of my G chord. If you have a knee lever that raises your E's to F, which you should, if you just do just that and no pedals, that's a G7. We don't need that knee lever because we're not playing the 4th or 8th string, so we can ignore that knee lever and just play those 2 notes, and those are from a G7 chord. So once again. And then down here to the 3rd fret with no pedals, because we're still over a G chord right now. And then up 3 to the 6th fret. And then I go on to my pedals and come off. So it's kind of like that's how I get back to the 1 chord, so the C chord. So if I talk about the chords that I'm playing over, they would be C, G7, C. Okay? The second part, let's just play that along with the music. We'll do that. Okay, sounds beautiful, I think. The next part, you're going to start off exactly the same way for the second stanza. And then we got to go from, so we started the same way as we started the first one. And then we're going to go clear up to the 15th fret. So as you slide up, put your pedals down. And then back to the 13th fret. And you come off the pedals and pick it like that. So far I have and we're over an F chord right there. So we're over the 4 chord and we're on the open or the pedals up position, 13th fret, that's an F. So let's get back to where we were at. Here's where you're going to use just the A pedal and you're going to slide clear down from 13 to the 4th fret. And just on the A pedal right there. This is going to be the only time in the song that you use just the A pedal, at least in this version. So let's play this together. Oops. And that's what you're going to do there. This is just probably the trickiest part. If you're a beginner, this might be a little bit tough with the sliding and the footwork at the same time. This should be nice and smooth. It shouldn't be like, shouldn't sound like that. It should be nice and smooth. To get the end part of it, you go from 4 with just the A pedal, and then go up to 8, no pedals, and then into the pedals, and back off of them. Oops. Okay, so let's play everything that we've got so far together. Okay, that sounding real nice. And we're halfway through. Okay, for the third stanza, starting the back half, I'm still playing out of this position, but I'm just going to go back 1 fret to the 7th fret. And you might hear me sometimes squeeze into just my A pedal. When I've already got the B down and I squeeze into my A like I did there. It just sounds nice. I'm going to try to keep it simple, and I'm going to try to not do that. But as you start to experiment with this, that's the point of it, for you to experiment and come up with new ways of playing it based off of this. You might find that there's places where it's really nice to put one pedal down and then bend into the other pedal gradually. But I'm trying to keep it simple. So I go back to the 7th fret, and I pick both of those. And slide up to the 15th fret, putting the pedals down. And then go back 2 frets, or go back 1 fret and then another fret. But I only pick it once. So I'm playing over an F by the time I get there. That's playing over a C chord still, a C7 actually. So, back up to the C on the 15th fret, still got my pedals down, 13th fret, and then the 13th fret with the pedals up, and back down to the 8th with the pedals down. So the whole thing. Make everything sound nice and sweet, and just make it sound clear and in tune, and just make it just like play so you can just kind of savor every note. That's what I love about this song. Okay, we'll play that much. Okay, so now we're going to get to the last line of the song, or the last line of this part of the song. And technically, we would actually skip strings. We would use different strings to get a different phrasing. But I'm going to show you 2 ways to play this. One way, you can still stay on the 5 and 6 strings and never vary from that. The other way is a little more true to the voicing, but you do have to play other strings. So let's start with the verse, or the version where you can still stay on 5 and 6. So we come off of the words here, by the way, are I can see your mansion on the hill. Okay, so that's what we're going to play. And we have to go clear up here to the, oh my gosh, I can't even count that high. 17, 19, 20th fret. It's the same fret as we would have here, but it's just an octave higher. So 1 fret above your dotted fret that would be your 19th fret. So clear up here, which is hard to play because your intonation has to be really good up here. But I'm staying on those 2 strings. And I have my pedals down. So the first 2 notes are with the pedals down, and the third note is with the pedals up. And then we go back 2 frets. And that's going to be, this is going to be there's a C. And then we're going to go to a G chord. So we're going to go F. We're going to play on this fret right here. Go back 2 frets. No pedals. Pedals down on the 15th fret because we're in our C position. And then we're going to get to G. So pedals up. And slide down to your G on the 10th fret with your pedals down. So put the pedals down as you slide. So again. One more time. So now you got to think we're over a G chord. So I'm going to go back up here to 13. No pedals. 16. No pedals. And then it takes me back to 13 with pedals down. So the way that sounds is this. That's the one you'll have to probably work out. It's really difficult to play in tune up there, especially if you're not playing to a reference. So you're not playing to a backing track. It's really hard to keep it in tune. It's hard to see your hands because your hands are covering up the frets. It's difficult to play up there. Let me show you the alternative if this is not going to be able to keep it on simply on 2 strings. And that is to play it off of the 8th fret the same way you would play it up here. Same exact pattern. You're just doing it 12 frets below. And right here is the place where you need to choose a different set of strings. You need to play 8 and 6. Still pedals up. And then pedals up on 5 and 6. And then the 6th fret, pedals up. And then back to pedals down on the 3rd fret. Okay? You have to block when you do this. You have to block that, which is why I avoided that. I don't want you to worry about blocking. I want you to play melodies, but it is difficult to play in the higher registers. Okay, let's put the whole thing together now. One more time. Now that I've shown you the whole thing, actually, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to play the last stanza for the intro so you can see how it fits in. 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so that's the song. Great song to play along with. I will try to include the backing track on YouTube as well. I put a guitar solo in it so that if you just want to chord and practice learning the chords and not trying to play the melody, but just kind of play some chords behind the guitar, it'll have some space to do that. So the format for the song is there will be a steel guitar playing 2 times, and then a guitar solo, and then the steel guitar will come back in again for the end of the song. Okay? I hope this is something you can find useful.